Hey there, it's Heather Hakes. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm sharing with you the 3 steps you need on how to get out of your own way and get unstuck for good. Before we dive into today's training, I want to offer you a free video training on how to reprogram your subconscious mind. You can grab it directly below in the description box and also on my website, heatherhakes.com. Earlier today, I did a live training for my 30-day group coaching call, Mindset Reset. And the stuff that we talked about and the different participants, I realized I needed to make this knowledge for a bigger audience. So here's what I want to share with you today. I'm going to break down subconscious programming and how to get unstuck. But what I really want to walk you through are the 3 steps you need on how to get unstuck for good. And I want to start at the top with a quote from Carl Jung. And Carl says, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." Here's what this quote means. Until you make the unconscious. So when we're talking about mental programming, you have 2 main mindsets that I talk about often. You have your conscious mind, which is 5%. This is where you have your dreams, wishes, goals, and desires. But the unconscious, the 95% running the show, is your subconscious mind. And much of this is programming from childhood and other people. So the reason you are stuck in any area of life is because you have a conscious desire, 5%. You want better health. You want financial freedom. You want loving, thriving relationships. You want success in business. But anywhere in which you are struggling and efforting or not making progress is simple. Here's why. You have a conscious desire, you want change, but 95% of your mental programming is in misalignment with it, meaning you might want financial freedom, but you have a broke mentality. You might want health or a loving, thriving relationship, but you feel unworthy. So here's what I want to help you do today. You have to truly understand your subconscious mind, subconscious programming, which is step number 1, in order to create the change that you seek in your life. Here's what I want you to know at a very high level. Your subconscious mind, which is 95% running the show in your operating system, has been programmed into you and through life experiences. So for example, from birth up until about age 7, you are primarily in a theta brainwave state, which simply means your analytical, logical mind are not yet formed. So everything that you are seeing and experiencing from mom and dad and your community and your culture, you take it in as fact. You are a sponge because that analytical mind is not yet formed. You're not questioning anything. So what you see and observe, you are taking in other people's mentality and emotional states, and you literally become a parrot or a mirror, mirroring everything around you. This is where your belief system starts to get formed. And since your analytical, logical mind is not yet formed, things that happen as a young child, since you can't analyze or make sense of it, we create beliefs around it. So anywhere in which you are currently stuck, I want you to understand that it's simply your subconscious programming being played out. Dr. Bruce Lipton states it perfectly. Your life is a printout of your subconscious programming. So you don't have to wonder, well, geez, what kind of beliefs are in there? What kind of weeds are in my mental garden? Just look, what areas of life come naturally and easily to you that you have confidence and just seem to flow, versus what area of life are you struggling and efforting. If you want help with this and creating clarity, I have a free resource on my website called the Life Assessment. Take the Life Assessment. So the first step to creating change in your life is awareness, and it's simply becoming aware and observing your thoughts and beliefs about life and seeing where your current circumstances are and where you're feeling stuck. The second step to creating change in your life and getting unstuck for good is, despite your current circumstances, what do you want? And so, for example, today's participants were sharing with me, both of them, I find this fascinating, both of them want new employment, are seeking new jobs, and they want to better their health and get in relationships. So they have the big 3: money, health, relationships. And both of them are stuck struggling and efforting, applying to tons of jobs, not making movement. So here's what I shared with them, and I want to share with you. Again, first step is awareness. You have to become aware of your subconscious mind. And whatever you focus on expands. So if you're focusing on the struggle, if you're focusing on what's not working in your life, you're only going to get more of it. So I told both of them, in order to break the cycle, number one, you have to find the gift in all of this. Your current unhappiness and lack of satisfaction and not feeling fulfilled is a gift. It's a trigger. It is forcing you, life is forcing you for a wake-up call to see what's not working. And what I shared with them is, if you don't deal with what's going on in your subconscious mind, you can go from job to job. You can go from relationship to relationship, but wherever you go, there you are. Meaning, if you don't deal with those triggers and the limiting beliefs and those negative emotions that are driving your behaviors and running the show, you can get a new job, you can move to a new city, you can get in a new relationship, but you're going to continue the patterns. So in order to break this cycle and get unstuck for good, you have to shine a light on those emotional blocks. That's why your emotions are the check engine light. Shine a light on your emotional blocks, and both of them are sitting in spaces of feeling frustrated and impatient and angry and dwelling on the past. Now remember, I said whatever you focus on expands. So if you find yourself in the same space and you are stuck dwelling on the past, you are living through emotional states of anger, frustration, impatience, fear, doubt, and worry, you get stuck in this negative thinking, feeling loop, which is creating more of the same. So how do you break the cycle? You have to become aware, and then you have to consciously choose forward focus. You have to catch and replace these negative thoughts and beliefs that are leading to these negative, disempowering emotions, leading to actions like procrastination and distraction and being inconsistent, giving you unwanted results. When you become conscious and aware of that subconscious programming, this is how you take your power back. This is how you get into the driver's seat of your life and you can create transformation. Now that you are becoming aware of where you are feeling stuck in these limiting beliefs, now you have the power and the ability to transform any area of your life. And what it really comes down to, Dr. Joe Dispenza wrote an entire book on this. It's called Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. Let me walk you through what this looks like, and it's called creating an identity shift. Now, what I coach my clients through is how to create version 2.0, how to get out of your own way, how to do this inner work so that the outer world is giving you the results that you want. So here's what Dispenza says to make it simple. Your personality is creating your personal reality. 3 things make up your personality. It is your habitual thoughts, emotions, and actions. That's it. That's why change is simple. You have to become aware of your thoughts, your emotions, and actions, because these on repetition, which most people live in autopilot, same shit, different day, keep getting the same thing, is the definition of insanity. So when you break the habit of being yourself, now this is where neuroscience comes into play. Nerve cells that fire together wire together, simply meaning the thoughts you think on repetition become your belief systems. And these belief systems literally create neural networks in your brain. So whatever you focus on expands and it gets bigger. But when you turn your attention away from, which is what I suggested they do, turn your attention away from what's not working and you shift your focus into what you do want. Now, this is what I call creating clarity through contrast. You had to go through whatever you had to go through to get you to today, to give you the opportunity to shift it, to transform it. So when you see the gift in life, be like, oh, I created this debt. I created this lack. I created this dysfunction in my relationships. I created unhealthy habits and gained weight, which means when I change my personality, my thoughts, emotions, and actions, I will change my personal reality. And that's exactly what it comes down to. So what I ask them is, why don't diets work? And I'm asking you, why don't diets work? Diets don't work because it's a quick fix. You want instant gratification, but the reality is you didn't gain 60 pounds overnight. You're not going to lose 60 pounds overnight. It comes down to creating a new lifestyle. It comes down to creating that new self-image or that identity piece. And when you become that new identity, that new self-image, somebody who is healthy and consistent, has good habits, is getting movement, surrounds yourself with like-minded people, everything in your life will transform. And the fact that 92% of people fail at New Year's resolutions means 92% or more of the population is stuck living in autopilot, meaning they're not aware of those unconscious thoughts, beliefs, and behaviors running the show. And then they wonder why nothing changes. The idea behind that is don't live the same day for 75 years and call it a life. I used to be stuck living my life in autopilot, and I just want to share with you, it's no way of living. And for most people, it takes a big wake-up call, a health scare, a bankruptcy, a divorce. But it doesn't have to. Just feeling unfulfilled and not happy in life is your check engine light. It's time to start doing things differently. So now let's move into the application process of all of this. That is step number 3. Knowing this information is not enough. There's a big thing in personal development industry. Knowledge is power. No, it's not. Knowledge is potential power. Experience is power. Implementation is power. Application is true power. Because just knowing this information doesn't change your reality. This is not an intellectual process. It's an embodiment. So now that you know this information and you start becoming aware of those thoughts, emotions, and actions that aren't serving you, and you create a clear aim, despite your current circumstances, what do you want? And now your focus is future forward. And you get clear on the thoughts you need to start thinking, the emotions you want to start feeling, which will lead to aligned actions. You will transform every area of your life. Now, I've seen this time and time again with my coaching clients. This is a universal process because it all has to do with your mental programming. And until you change the operating system, your outputs will not change. Most people are walking around trying to smudge the reflection of the mirror rather than changing the image. And I want to help you fast track all of that, get to the root cause, which everything is in your subconscious mind, so that you can have the health, the abundance, the happiness, and fulfillment that you seek in your life. Now, if you want to fast track, and this is making sense, I invite you to schedule a free call and learn more about my one-on-one coaching. I'm going to include a link below, but you can learn more and apply on my website, heatherhakes.com. The point of coaching is, now we've heard of GOATs, right? The greatest of all time in athletes. Athletes are wise enough to know that they can't see their blind spots, and same thing goes for you. Now, I have invested nearly 6 figures in my own coaching because, again, I want to progress faster and easier, which you can do by learning from somebody else who's already been there. And remember, knowledge alone is not power. You need to put into play what I have taught you today. And I'm going to break it down one last time and summarize how you can get started today. Number 1, you have to create awareness on where you're currently at. Figure out your blind spots and pain points. I have a free resource on my website, the Life Assessment. Take that. Step number 2, you have to create clarity and aim, that forward focused, that despite where you're currently at, what do you want? Because wherever your attention goes, energy flows. Whatever you focus on expands. And by focusing on what you do want, you will step into creating that version 2.0. Because remember, your personality, thoughts, emotions, and actions are creating your personal reality. When you shift from the inside out, that is how you create the long-term sustainable transformation that you are seeking. Then finally, what it comes down to is really putting these down into daily disciplines, which is what I coach my clients through on how to do. Because remember, this becomes a lifestyle. You have to understand that this is a long game. And when you show up and you start becoming conscious and aware, and you are living mindfully and intentionally, the sky is not the limit. Your belief system is. And I want you to know and remind you that you can have, be, and do whatever you want in this lifetime when you get out of your own way. Thanks for tuning in to today's video. Make sure you subscribe my channel so you're the first to know when new videos drop. And give me a thumbs up. I'll catch you on the next one.